Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 and what I think may be a very unfair representation of our abilities. Lord Skrolk's eager to go and I think we should be too. Let's get in here and crush some dudes. So, there are two breaches in the enemy wall. We are seeing some units for the first time here. But they have a number of these skink blowgun guys who just don't seem to be any good. We've had some trouble with these sauruses with maces in the past. They have a Bastillodon, which is like an ankylosaurus kind of thing, and that looks pretty terrifying. These guys are Temple Guard. These are like very elite sauruses. Maybe they're right. Maybe I don't have what it takes to finish this off. But we're going to be able to throw a lot of bodies at this problem. And we'll just see. I went all the way in on charges for Menace Below. So here's hoping. Okay, so this actually is a very large settlement. Both of the breaches are in the same place, which is probably good for us. So obviously we're just going to charge through there. Our reinforcements are coming in from behind us. So the other thing that's nice about this is being where it is, only a couple of their towers are going to be relevant. I'm going to gamble. Try to see if we can get a little bit better winds of magic here. Nope. Lost one. Well, okay then. So let's have you guys... Like, we're just sprinting for the wall. What am I going to do with the catapults? They're going to have to just sit out of range of the towers. Can I see what the tower range is? No, I cannot. Okay, never mind. The catapults just stay in and fight and probably get injured very badly. I don't know what option I have. Okay. So interestingly, they don't seem to have put anybody up on the walls at all. So we're going to get away with not having to worry about the towers right away? Alright, let's just drop some plague whatever. Big plagued rocks, I guess. Right on top of these guys. And everybody who is not the catapults, just get the heck up here. Yeah, I mean, basically. Just everybody try to get through the walls and we'll figure it out. As we hit the walls, we'll figure out a more specific order of moves here. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Show me something good. We got a pair of misses. I was going to tell the reinforcements to meet us up here. Okay, that hit. It didn't do any damage, but it hit. Okay, now they're taking the walls. That's very strange. I'm not sure why they thought it was a good idea to start on the ground and take the walls afterward instead of just starting on the walls. Okay. So let's get our Pestilent Breath. We're just a little too far out yet? Yeah. Alright, never mind. Let's keep closing. So the Plague Monks will get through the breach first. These Slingers actually probably do not want to get through the breach first. They're probably fine to just stop running. Stop running, start slinging at those guys who are definitely going to take no damage from your sling. I wonder if it would be a good idea to start right now with the Menace Below, just to kind of like lock people in the spaces they're in and prevent them from reshuffling very much. I'm gonna try it. Alright, we're trying to get Skrolk over to here so that he can get his spell off on the more dangerous units. He could certainly hit a lot of these blowgun guys, but I don't know that that's like a super useful thing to do. Here we go. This looks a little bit better. Look at him flee. Oh my god. You will notice that the Kroxigor unit took, or the Temple Guard unit took no damage. No visible damage from that. My suspicion is that we're going to find out that these guys are terrifying. But it's worth trying out. So what do we have here? We have now ballistics calibration, not terribly useful. We also have the Doom rocket. We get only one of these, and I'd like to not use it when we're right in melee with people. Our clan rats have already been thoroughly routed. Alright, starting on these Kroxigors. You go at the Temple Guards. Kroxigors, I'm sure, are large enough to take bonus damage from guys who do bonus damage versus large. Try to get our very elite Plague Monks in on their Temple Guard. Alright, just tell these guys, get inside the wall, we'll figure everything else out later. Alright, poison attacks for everybody. Nobody's poison proof. Oh, we should retarget the catapult so that it's not shooting directly into friendly units all the time. And we've got our first target for the crown. They're being discouraged by some kind of ability. Try to make some value happen here. Okay, we're having an effect on their morale. Where are all my slingers? Do your best to get shots in on these guys. Okay, that did some pretty okay damage. Let's get on these javelin guys, or at least get them running.
Yes, now, now!
Alright, we are not winning right now. Let's try to keep this blowgunning nonsense to a minimum. So the skinks will just flee. As soon as you put a unit near them, they just run. Go get them, shield guys. Alright, we're still flooding in. We're slowly getting this done. Can Skrolk can get a pretty good hit over here. Let's... Man, we still haven't managed to beat these two elite units that are plugging up the gates. And they have one more of each of these. Skrolk, did you actually cast that? Okay, he did. Yeah, they have one more unit of Temple Guard and one more unit of Kroxigors still. So that makes me feel like this is maybe a doomed effort. It turns out the game was right. Alright, I'm just going to tar pit these Kroxigors. I don't have the ability to fight them right now. The Temple Guards are almost done with. Unfortunately, it looks like they don't ever retreat, which can make things very difficult for us. Bringing our slingers a little closer. Yeah, so far my ability to win battles has been largely predicated on making enemies retreat rather than actually defeating them in combat. Because a lot of what we do is throw like bad clan rats who can't possibly get kills at them. The strategy is not working as well here. So we're doing a pretty good job of clogging up the streets on us. Wait, what happened to my targeting indicator? Here we go. Yeah, just, man. It seems like a lot of these lizard men are actually immune to magic, maybe? Or just are immune to my magic. Man, they've done a really good job of just clogging the streets on us. Oh, and they had that huge dinosaur yet? Man. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble. Try to get in here. Alright, let's do it again. We're slowly making headway. Mostly what we have to do is sap their will to fight, right? We've got Cold One Riders over here. What are my catapults doing? Would you... You idiots. Yeah, we might be able... The problem we're having is the catapults are trying to take like a really low angle, which is an insane strategy. Yeah, see, we're getting there. We're breaking these Saurus warriors down slowly. We have a lot of troops who aren't actually fighting, and as such aren't actually tired. Let's try to get some more spears in over here. The spears should be pretty good against the dinosaurs. They're just cavalry, so that's exactly what spears are for. These Croxagores have very, very little health. The skinks broke in front of them and they just lost it again. Okay. Is it any kind of shot on anybody? Yeah, I mean, just open up. I'm not going to bother targeting him because I don't want him to move. Alright, through the breach. We've almost broken through here. I really wish I could get Skrolk in there. He could do some good work. They reacted to that order before it had actually visibly occurred. This is kind of annoying. Okay. God, they still have so much stuff. Hey, everybody. Get him. It's not actually the plan, but... Oof. Shoot your doom missile at him. Okay, don't shoot your doom missile at him. Never mind, just hit him. It's interesting that he's losing morale from being engaged. Alright, we need to separate off some units here, deal with these guys. So might be a good time for Skrolk to get his ass over here and participate. Alright, we have fresh plague monks. They still have a lot of units, but we have a lot of guys who are still fresh. Okay, the spears are starting to make it to the front, and they're doing good damage against the cold ones. We're actually, like... Our heroes are holding up against this thing. We need spears. Who is over here that is wielding a spear? Not a lot of people. I removed most of my spears. Because I thought we were going to be fighting dwarves for a long time. Okay. We gotta get through here before they blockade us again. Interestingly, they have a unit of Saurus warriors over there that are just not doing anything. How are those spears? Oh, I keep redirecting them. Our heroes are slowly winning. Oh, hey, this Greyseer has spells. That's right, I hired a Greyseer. You know what, Skrolk, you should probably get over here and be providing your leadership aura. Alright, we're getting some rallying here. We're getting reinforced from behind. Where's my catapult? Catapult, figure this out. Alright, let's devote a very small number of units to continuing to attack these guys to drive them back. Is that catapult fire coming, or what's... Okay, here we go. Oh, it hit the building. Alright. Well, I think it's time for the final charge of this. Hey, catapults. Maybe stop doing that now. Well, we've actually got the Bastillodon on the run. I'm going to trust the spears to handle this, and let's pull the heroes back inside. Yeah, alright. A Bastillodon is huge and terrifying, but it turns out not unstoppable. Everybody who still has their head about them, just rush the square. Just try to get in there. It does seem like our characters are very powerful. Man, this map provides an awful lot of choke points. Alright, all of you guys just get in there. The dam has broken. They're just going to sit up there and fire arrows off of their stupid pterodactyls. And we're going to throw rocks at them, because we are equally stupid. We don't really have a good range plan. I need to get some real ranged weapons. Alright, where's Skrolk? Okay, their morale just all of a sudden shattered. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe it's that they need to have ground units nearby to help bind them, or maybe it's that everybody else fled and I was just looking in the other direction. Well, a close victory is not super different from a valiant defeat, right? The game wasn't that far off about what would happen. Jesus, one of those units of Temple Guards got 186 kills. Croxagor's got 284. It just turns out we bring so many bodies to every fight that it doesn't even matter if you score kills like that.
More than Vermintide, Viletide arises.
I have no idea what it is that determines how much food we get. So we didn't actually even have any units wipe out, did we? Not even the garbage clan rats. Okay. I think this is probably worthwhile. We'll have a little bit of a food deficit for a while. We'll be alright. So, we've taken Itza. It has the Emerald Pools. It gives a ton of medicinal plants for trading. Casualty replenishment rate plus 5% on all forces is really, really good. Okay, yeah, this place is special. This is nice. And it has a gold mine, which is fantastic. Let's repair the gold mine. Okay, and now we have a better view of what exactly we're up against. It turns out Itza's kind of a terrifyingly huge, monstrous empire, but they are distracted a little bit by our friends Gerard's errantry army. Hopefully distracted enough that they won't immediately wreak vengeance upon us. Yeah, geez, look at how much stuff they have. Wow. Okay, we gained a Shield of Distraction on Charge Lock, plus 5 melee defense, and he can temporarily hex enemy units around him to lower their attack.
Lord Skrolk.
Skrolk has an extra skill point. So what about his magic line? Okay, if we take a point in Pestilent Breath, we'll gain the ability to overcast it for additional... It will also poison people in addition to its damage. And then we can move up into stuff like Plague Rash. Whenever he casts a map-wide debuff on enemies for 10 seconds that lowers their speed and vigor. Bless with Filth, which is gross, but imbues our guys with poison and... What else does this do? How is this different than the thing we have that already does this? No, this is the thing we have that already does this. This would add an overcast to it. Okay. That makes it last longer. Fair enough. And we can lower the cast cost and the cooldown and stuff by continuing to improve it. We can pick up a spell that lowers armor, spawn a unit of clan rats, so another way of spawning more rats. Plague, which does a bunch of damage. Pestilent Birth spawns a unit of plague monks. That's interesting. And then eventually Arcane Conduit, which gives us access to way, way, way more Winds of Magic. I've always been a big fan of that. Yeah, let's get some more magic. I think going deeper into his magic stuff seems like a good idea. And he's the only one who leveled up, huh? Weird. Okay, let's talk about what else we're going to build here. Let's see. We need a warp forge. We need to construct a warp. Like, we need to have a forward settlement that has high-tech stuff so that we can build really cool units in it. That might just be here. It might be we want to sit here and defend this place, so I'm going to build a Taskmaster's platform for now. Let's try to get public order back under control as quickly as possible. Okay, yeah. We're safe here, for the moment at least. We don't have enough gold to make use of all of the construction slots that we have. Okay, we could generate an extra food per turn. Black Corn Swamp. That's just, it just sounds gross. I don't know. Alright. Let's just end the turn for now. We're pretty quick at healing. It's going to take us a couple of turns to get back in order. And if he doesn't show me an army in the north by the time that happens, I'll just push forward. We might be able to completely burn down the backside of his empire while he's threatening to harass us in the south. Although, to be perfectly honest, at this point, I would take a peace offer. Okay, well, it is showing me his movement now. He's just kind of wandering around, milling around aimlessly. What is this? Fast forward keeps getting turned off. I don't know how. So there's a building over here, or a settlement over here that's special. Let's see who it's special for. The Sentinels of Zeddy have been obliterated. What a shame. Okay, just to the Lizardmen. Axolotl is also only special to Lizardmen. The Altar of the Horned Rat is obviously pretty important to me, so we probably want to push that way. Man, this is such a large empire. I really got myself into something here. I'm not entirely happy about it. Okay, we definitely want to upgrade our gold mine. And I need growth buildings. Although slave wheels are also pretty great here, considering the gold mine. You know what, yeah, let's build rattling warrens as well. First of all, so that we can replenish our health more quickly in this region. And secondly, so that we can develop Itza into something defensible. I basically want this place to just be impregnable. Because we're going to need to use this as a forward base for everything we do. That said, do I want... I wonder if Charge Lock should maybe fall back, and we could at least try to, like, prod at this guy. Also, the Sentinel of Time really does need to get defended. Yeah, I'm going to have our secondary army fall back. If we can make it back home before this guy attacks anything, we might be able to use our numbers to at least scare him off. It won't work if he's smart, because we definitely can't take him, but who says he's smart?
I am the Blade Lord.
Let's see if we can assassinate this guy. 50-50, 14% chance that he actually dies, and only a 1% chance that we're wounded.
Yes, Skrolk.
Ah, we have failed.
Loyal to Clan Can.
Alright, well next time, we'll be even better at it. When do we get the last point of assassinate? Level 10? Okay. We definitely have to leave our army parked in here forever. Okay. We're going to be sitting in Itza for quite some time while we build it up. So I assume he has more than one army. Given the amount of territory that his empire covers, and the fact that I believe he was like 10 spots above me on the strength rankings, he basically has to have more than one army, right? Yeah, we got here too late. Packs outperform damage walls. That's probably not a big deal. So I'm trying to think. There's no other easy picking cities down there for him to grab, right? Everything else down there has a real garrison and walls. Okay, and our walls have been damaged. But we've also murdered a bunch of dissenters, and we're getting better at building buildings in the place where Lord Skrolk is, so that's cool. Plus income while he's standing on top of a gold mine is nice. So, I bet we won't be able to take on Paxo because... Oh no, okay. In Total War Warhammer 1, if you attempt an action against a hero or army and you fail, they are on guard against it for a while. It looks like we can just take another crack at this. Okay. We removed him from the map, unfortunately, a little bit too late. But we're getting some good XP at least. Okay, this city does only have 12 units in the garrison. Southern Sentinels would be tough to take. This is a little bit less so. Unfortunately, we just don't have the money to do anything about that. I can't upgrade the can't upgrade the gold mine again yet.
All things fear us.
Alright, we're back at full health. I mean, we could just go and hit stuff now. We need money to finance our second army. We need money to finance defenses and rebuilding. And the way we're going to get that money is by taking it. So, I guess let's just go.
The cold-bloods will die.
Quetzal has a pretty large garrison, but it doesn't have walls or anything, so I think we should be able to run them down. Slowly generating food. Alright, let's see what this Lizardman army does. They probably didn't take a lot of damage because the settlement they took out was very weak. So they're presumably ready to just go fight again. Okay, yep. People are getting their first rituals complete. It's fine. Yeah, he's headed for... Can I move in normal mode? No, I don't quite have the movement. Well, he's headed for the capital, and there's not really a lot we can do about it except hide behind the walls. We're in good health and everything. We just...
Bring decay. Skrolk cares not.
So, leadership aura size up. Range for artillery up. Speed for artillery and missile infantry. That actually seems like it might be really good. It can be very awkward to realign artillery. The other thing we can do is commit to his own spells. Death Frenzy. That's right, we looked at these. I think we'll continue up the yellow line. So speed for missile infantry and artillery. Missile infantry speed is particularly valuable with units like
I am the Plague Lord.
the Night Runners that can fire while moving. Alright, unfortunately he can't... I'm pretty sure if he joined this army he would prevent their... he would prevent them from moving far enough to attack the city. But this should be pretty straightforward.
Kill the things.
Whatever, I'll take it.
Fight my brothers.
Let's... I guess I need the replenishment more than anything else.
Capture nest. Take.
Just loot and occupy for now.
Many. I see all.
It looks like about 2 turns we'll be ready to move again. This is the big value of getting replenishment rate increases, is that you can just keep moving. If your army gets pinned down, you can often get into a really ugly place. Alright, minus speed and vigor on every enemy every time he attacks. It's pretty good. Let's grab something decent from the global pool. I don't want to have to sit here for 4 turns. We're going to sit still for 2. But I can't actually pull anything from the global pool, because our good buildings keep getting destroyed. We'll just pull some Skaven slave slingers, I guess. It's not ideal. Alright. Let's try to build defensive structures. If he doesn't attack us right away, we'll be in pretty good shape. He's going to, though, and I don't know what to do about it. Okay, we can retax that. Start building up the defenses in Itza because we want this place to be terrifying to behold. Get a little bit more casualty replenishment rate going. Man, I am still so far off of my first ritual. Yeah, this is pretty bad, though. This right here. We are going to have to somehow pull this off. We've got enough units in the garrison that he probably can't just attack us right away. So we could, if we can get enough money going, we could found a third army, pull some units together real quick, and charge over here. I know it's not ideal, but I don't know that we have a lot of other options. We certainly can't make it back down with our existing army. We could try to make better friends with... Oh yeah, the Pox Cauldron, right. So perform the following rite, the Pestilent Scheme. Skrolk's cunning trap worked better than even he could perceive, but the cost was high, so he must bathe in filth and corruption to restore himself once more. A ritual should do the job. When ready, he will return to the mortuary of Tsulakwa and collect the Liber Bubonicus. So, the Pestilent Scheme. He's enforcing public order even more, because everywhere he goes, public order is terrible. So we need a Pestilent Knave. Yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna let the population surplus accumulate so I can level this up again. So, what's next? Okay, this is somebody else. That's a different Lizardman nation. I wonder... So, Quitax and Chakwa is the rest of this region. I wonder if we could just get him to go for peace now? Nope. The fact that he's lost his capital is not functioning as a deterrent to him at all. What's up with these guys?
Grants you safe passage in these lands.
You want to trade? Do you want a defensive alliance? Okay, I will take that. Military access means that we can move through each other's territory without any diplomatic penalty.
Impudent whelp.
Okay, but now that we have more, treaties, our positive diplomatic status is going to go up even higher, and eventually we will be able to get him to agree to a defensive alliance. And once we have, we can ask him to help us out with specific military targets. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be too slow. What does my money look like? I have 4K and I have like pretty good income now.
Yes.
We also keep losing all of our recruitment buildings. So I don't particularly need night runners. Gutter runners are just better versions of the same thing, it looks like. They have a net that they can throw. That's cool. We need a functional clan pit. So let's recruit a new lord. 4 to 9. That's not a bad trait, though. Plus armor, plus melee attack, plus weapon strength. Ooh, that's even better. You know what? Let's take a warlord. I feel like the AI is better with units that are just like good fighters than it is with units that have to cast spells and be clever. Alright, let's try our best to put together some kind of army that can actually defend us. It doesn't need to be able to win the battle by itself. It just needs to be able to participate in the battle. Alright, one more turn of replenishment should be good enough, and then we'll push out to Axolotl, and he's going to make us pay for this, but we're going to take a lot of his stuff. Fingers crossed. I'm actually not sure what will happen if we lose our capital, as far as where it will determine our new capital to be. And the position of your capital does matter a little bit for things like trade agreements, where you have to have an uninterrupted path of your land between your capital and the country you're trying to trade with. Alright, Transiform has gotten all that he's going to get as far as additional ability to kill people. But he does hang out in the army sometimes, so replenishment rate's good.
Let the bell scream.
So this poor Grayseer has hit level 2 right before he's about to die. Axolotl has walls, and so far when attacking walled settlements, the game has been very unkind to our auto-resolve chances, meaning we may have to manual this battle as well. Let's go try it. Yep. Do I think that I need to build actual siege equipment here? Let's see. They have 2 units of Saurus warriors. Mostly it's skinks, actually. They do have 2 units of Croxigors, and we know that these Croxigors are terrifying. Go on a rampage against nearby enemy units, attacking the closest one and ignoring orders given. Well, the AI is probably mostly giving the order to attack the nearest enemy unit, so it's probably fine. Ah, this is why our hiding wasn't working. These dudes have magic senses. Well, we should be able to defeat them, but I'm not sure if I think I can do it without any siege equipment. Let's build a ram and a pair of siege towers. And we'll do it this way.
Time to attack.
So Axolotl is the capital of this province. We can take this province over pretty quickly. The Altar of the Horned Rat would be our target after that, I think. It's about to suffer rebellion.
Guide us, Horned One.
Okay, we can summon normal clan rats at least. I don't know how much time we have, but it shouldn't take too much of an army to be able to combine with the 17 or so units we have here and push off this army. Even if our units are pretty bad, at a certain point you're so outnumbered that morale becomes a real issue. At least we have to hope that's true. Because if it's not, then we may actually be unable to stop him from just rampaging through our lands. And as soon as we have that army under control, we definitely will go back down to only 2 armies. We'll merge our 2 smaller ones. Okay, he does have something coming up behind us.
Fight like my brothers.
Those guys can probably take Quetzal. Well,
Magic.
yeah, honestly, maybe. Like, our garrisons are pretty bad before we have defensive buildings up. we're still suffering pretty badly on public order. Feels like I might have to do something about that. Alright. In 2 turns, we're going out there. We will have so many troops. I'm going to give this one more. Hopefully, these guys will not find themselves able to take this out. Hopefully, they'll get distracted by something and just go away. If they come up behind us and attack us, it actually could be kind of awkward. Okay, he's going for it now. Well, he's got Blessed Cold One Spear Riders. And most of his units are Sauruses, which means that we will lose in combat with them. And we don't really have any good units here. No, that's not true. We have some in the garrison. Plague Monks are pretty okay. Night Runners seem to be fine. We do have Halberd Storm Vermin with 90 armor and armor piercing. And while these guys have quite a bit of damage, they're mostly not armor piercing. Only this unit is. We have 320 of those storm vermin. You know what? Maybe we can take them. How much food can I spend before we drop back into the red? Okay, I can spend everything without dropping back into the red. Alright, let's give this a try. If we could hold him off... I think it secures the south for now. Because we'll be able to bring in that other army shortly out. You know, he'll have to back off and heal up. We'll be able to push him with our 2 armies, even if they're just crummy units, you know. A lot of healthy dudes versus a smaller number of badly injured dudes is only going to go one way. Unfortunately, he has constructed an awful lot of siege equipment by this point. I don't know. This could be really bad. We took his capital in the north. He takes our capital in the south. I guess it would be fair. And frankly, I think his capital was a lot better than ours is. I feel like we've been scurrying on the run, basically on the back foot, since, like, the beginning of the second video. It would be nice for that state to be over. Alright, so he's got 2 siege towers here and 2 siege towers here. This is a weird place for a settlement. Oh, right, because my settlement is actually underground below the... Yeah, because that's how Skaven roll. Okay, so we want to take over... We want to take enough people up on the walls to take control of... So it started slingers up here. I like that. I don't think that these guys are in the right positions. Yes, please do not... I don't know if you guys can hear, because I have the sound turned way down due to the incredibly annoying, constantly interrupting advisor. But one of the Skaven on the wall just said, "Do not fear Saurus, do not squirt your fear musk." And I think that that's just great advice for life in general. You know, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, do not squirt your fear musk. Resist the urge. Okay, there's absolutely no reason for there to be units over here. Do they have rams? No, they didn't bother to build rams. They're not even going to pretend that they're interested in the gates. So really, we just need to be in a position where we can respond to where they come up on the walls. And I don't think we do want to fight them on the walls. We want to fight them on the ground where we can make use of the menace below. Which means that as soon as we start losing... as soon as the stuff hits the walls, as soon as the siege towers hit the walls, we want to just fall back. They do have ranged units, but I think we'll be okay. Alright. So let's target all of our... Well, I guess you'll just shoot at whatever you can find if anything ever veers far enough over for you to find it. Those guys have shields. That sucks. I don't really want to just focus on the skink skirmishers, but shooting at a guy with a shield feels bad. Skirmishers are so easy to drive off, though, that it's really not worth shooting at them. Alright, we'll try to combine our towers a little bit, see if we can't seriously damage some units before they get in. The Blessed Cold One Spear Riders are the units I'm most concerned about from his army, so let's really focus up. Actually, maybe these two towers should be shooting at the Pterodon Riders, because screw them. We don't really have a lot of good ranged options. Okay. Well, we're starting to do some small damage to them. Yeah, as soon as they make contact with the wall, we're going to have to bail off of it, though. We can't fight them up there. Our only hope for winning a fight against these guys really comes down to completely surrounding them. Okay, we've done some good damage to those Cold One Spear Riders already. That's very good news for us. Because we desperately need those things to die. What did I just say about squirting musk? They're shouting about squirting their musk again. Oh no, my troops have uncovered hidden foes. It's those chameleon skinks that are not at all dangerous. Okay, they're still pretty far from the wall here, but they're about to make contact on this side. Okay. Oh, wow. Really? We actually destroyed a... I'm very surprised by that. I feel like I don't see that happen very often. Okay, where are those Raptor Riders? Did they run? Alright, well. It was a fun time up on the walls. But it is over now. You guys can stay in. I'm not getting orders, so I'm not getting arrows showing the orders, so I'm not sure that they're actually accepting my orders. Okay, here we go. Okay, you're not going to be able to kill him, unfortunately. But we can keep focusing on these guys. So we've managed to severely weaken some of them before the actual melee begins. Run, you fools! Why are you trying to go over there? Just get off the wall. They're shooting blowgun darts over the wall and somehow hitting us. That's pretty impressive. You know what? I'm starting to think that it's not intentional, though. Oh. They're hitting the wall. Everybody down. We are seeding the walls immediately. I have no interest in fighting these guys up here in a relatively fair fashion. That sounds horrible. So what do we have available? We have a Howling Warp Gate that prevents enemies from moving while they're in it, and Warp Lightning, which just strikes a small area and does a bunch of damage. Alright, you should probably be a little further forward. Okay. It feels like Skaven maybe just have a built-in delay on their orders or something. They do not seem eager to do the things that I tell them to do. Even ones who aren't engaged with enemies, just like... I tell them to disengage and it takes them 3 or 4 seconds to get around to it. Can you shoot up the wall at him, maybe? Alright, here we go. Here comes the actual fighting. So they have a lot of spears with shields. It's not particularly good against us. You guys should come over here and sling. Actually, I think we're a little over prepared on this side. So why don't we run some units this way? And of course, it's probably just about time. Probably Source Warriors don't count as large, even though, you know, physically they're pretty large. So unfortunately, I doubt our spears are getting bonus damage against them. Alright, let's figure this out over here. What's the play right now? Yeah, I guess the plays just get really aggressive on these guys. Like, they're gonna open gates and stuff, but it doesn't matter. And these storm vermin are tough enough that they should be able to deal with just about anything. Let the Skaven slaves just kind of die for the cause, and that's fine. Where's my wizard? Want him over here. I screwed up. You should be over here for sure. Oh, he also has Warp Lightning. Okay, that was helpful. Let's maybe put an end to all this nonsense. It takes basically nothing to convince a group of skinks to stop shooting. Through here. Alright, their flyers are almost dead. Actually, I don't need these guys up here. Alright, the storm vermin with the halberds should be pretty terrifying. That should be a thing that's legitimately difficult for the enemy to defeat. We have a ton of armor, and we are armor piercing, and they have really nothing to match that. Okay. The last summon seems to have done quite a bit of work, so let's let another one in here. What is going on? Why are you guys not fight. There we go. It seems a little silly to me that sometimes you can have you can summon a group of guys right on top of an enemy and they won't actually fight until they're given a specific order to do so. Alright, well they're going nuts, but they're not going to retreat because they've gone feral. Okay, I think we're winning this just very slowly. Yeah, I don't know where... Those cold ones might legitimately have been chased out of the battle by the tower fire. It's not doing a lot of damage, but it's very visually impressive.
Magic's ready.
We don't have anything better to do with our winds of magic, though, so... Could you please just die? Oh, they're starting to get more units in over here. Well, first of all, that, obviously. Skaven slaves are on the run. This is taking forever. We're not doing very much damage is the problem. We're doing it actually an okay job surviving. I'm having a really hard time killing any of them. So who is this? That is some skinks that retreated, but they retreated toward the objective, so it's not that bad. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything I can do to back these guys off, except for like killing almost literally all of them, and that's very tedious. The good news is, I think we got it. I think we win, and us winning this is so important. Oh, here come the spear riders. Okay, if there's a place where we were going to lose it, this is it. So we got to make sure that we take this very seriously. These guys are the problem. Let's... I could try Howling Warp Gate. It just prevents people from moving. Oh, no, it only targets flying units. Why do we have so much stuff that targets flying units? I guess I don't know that they're going to be there. Just attack. We just got to swarm these guys with good units. Also, I might swarm them with bad units a little bit. Like let's swarm them with every type of unit. Where are my sensor bearers? Sensor bearers should get in on this too. I need all of the damage. Okay, that did really good damage, actually. Wow. Okay, well, they're on the run. Killed a lot of rats with that last one. Where's my... Yeah, Warlock Engineer, you get focused. Get in on these guys and handle them. Yeah, these skinks are so frustrating. It's a little bit like fighting against myself, because we have the same thing going on where when we get low on health, we run away, and we run away so fast that nobody can catch us. And then we get to come back later after we've calmed down a little bit. A heroic victory. Revel in your might and bask in fleeting glory. Yeah, it feels like it might be fleeting. We gotta get our stuff together relatively quickly here. So, we managed to keep these dudes to 41 kills. I'll take that. That feels alright. Didn't do so well against some of these others, but you know, I spawned so many units into battle, like... Alright, can we get a decent replenishment off? We cannot. We can instead take some food off of them and get a leadership bonus. Try to discourage them from coming back by being better at fighting. Yeah, we can't really pursue him, but he does have to back off. And our garrison will heal faster than he does, because it's in a city. So, I don't know what this guy's doing. We actually saw him do something like this earlier, right? Where he ran a very small army out. It was maybe just a scouting move? But that makes me nervous, because it makes me think that he has something worth scouting. Or he has something worth scouting for, like an army that can potentially make a move.
Guide us, Horned One.
Alright. One more turn. Okay, close that. We found a potion of toughness. We got an alchemist for Chargelock's army. Our populace is unhappy. The lands are haunted. Spirits and ghosts of dead warriors, victims of battles long since fought, harass and frighten our warriors. This is a bad omen. Yeah, that's fair. So -4 public order everywhere for how long? Wait, where was that? Huh. 3 turns. Okay, that's not so bad. 3 turns is not so bad. And it's only... The reason it wasn't in our global modifiers is because it's only affecting one place.
Clan rats are not content.
Yeah, we'll be alright. I'm not too worried about that.
All hail, Horned Rat.
So, with this guy, do I want to pursue a similar strategy of trying to get Lightning Strike? Or do I want to maybe just buff up my... Let's buff up our crappy rat units, because these armies are probably mostly going to be bad units for a long time. So we'll improve the characters or a leadership effect, and then we'll get into like buffs for clan rats and stuff. His army doesn't even have any clan rats right now, but it will eventually. We hope.
Stink of command.
So you need to stick for one more turn. You could probably go ahead and upgrade at this point. It's going to take such a long time to build up the population to upgrade Itza.
For pestilence. All hail, Horned Rat. All hail, Horned Rat.
I can't imagine it's a good idea to chase him. Yeah, let's just stay put. These guys will come in with 14 units. Oh, that's a little confusing.
Horned One watches me.
These guys having the same name is a problem for me. Can we... I know there's a way to rename... There we go. Oh. How about... Otherlock? I was gonna make him Chargelock the Lesser. Oh, there's space in here for a secondary title? The Imposter. Yeah, okay.
Make things sick and die.
So I'm assuming it's still not giving me fair odds here. No. Alright, well, I'm interested in taking this down, but maybe not right this second. It might even be this turn, but I don't think it's going to be this video. The time just like flies by when I'm playing this game. So we don't particularly need slave wheels. I guess we're making some pretty okay income now. Where actually is it all coming from? Oh, the corrupted spawning pool. Sure, that's nice. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and make the slave wheels. The The corrupted spawning pool is definitely a pretty nice building. What does it cost to upgrade this again? 4,000. Alright. Definitely worth it. I think that is going to have to be it for us for today. Come back next time. I think we're going to try to take Axolotl before we flip the turnover. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty okay about things. I think we're going to be able to drive Taloktalon back to the Sentinel of Time and maybe even just kill him there. And if we kill him there, then we can probably go back to Chupiotl and... yeah, alright. If we're able to pursue this guy out, I think we can probably crush what's left of Itza's military force and finally be rid of them. So come back next time to see if that is in fact possible. And we'll see you then.